Well, hello, I am Christopher Disciple Allen. This is some high elo solo queue, which I will be shoutcasting for you today, featuring the one, the only Bjergsen, playing that AP Firefighter Tristana in the mid lane. We have a lot of other big names in this game today. Over on the red team, Duke Nukem facing off against his rival Captain Planet. If we take a look through this, we have Sarath in the jungle, Haters Wanna Be Me as the AD carry supported by Bobkin XD, one of our friends of the stream, and Bjergsen in the mid lane, and finally Tim Stereo going to be a top lane Kale. Over on the blue team, Captain Planet, we have bigfatlp in the mid. On Yasuo, Sneaky in the bot lane supported by Cloud Nguyen, Doom Trobo as the top laner for Captain Planet, and finally Docta in the jungle as I click on the wrong hotkey. There he is! Monkey in the jungle, and we'll see a pretty standard bot map half start. I call it the purple start because the red side starts on the blue buff and the blue side starts with the red buff. And those together make purple, which is a lot better than bot half side start thing. And so we are going to actually see Wukong switching up towards the blue buff because Wukong can't gank all too well before level 6. So instead of needing to start red, head blue, and then try and gank top or mid at level 3, he can instead start at the blue buff, so he has a little bit easier time using his abilities to clear faster, and then can get up to that level 6 just a bit quicker. He'll also want to look to counter gank, since someone like Pantheon will definitely be looking to gank before level 6 if he sees any opening. In the top lane, Tim Stereo pushing out, or looking to get a jump on Zac or push this out early. Looks like he'll actually just be waiting for Zac to come in here, and he wants to hurt him before he can get off too much sustain with his bloblets. Because Zac doesn't have any range to his name, Tim Stereo should be able to abuse him pretty hard early. Doom Turbo does have a Doran shield, which will keep off a lot of the auto attack damage, but we still should see Tim Stereo actually clearing out the wave and going to maybe help out in the jungle. I'm not all too sure what his path is here, but we can jump down to see what's happening in the bot lane. With Sneaky pushing it up pretty soon, Haters Wanna Be Me just farming up safe. It's interesting seeing a Caitlyn push back so far so early, but because Caitlyn was leashing that blue buff, it allowed Sneaky to get into that lane just a bit quicker, use the piercing light, and Haters Wanna Be Me maybe disconnecting. He walks right up here. Sneaky is pounding away at him. Haters Wanna Be Me just auto-attacking away, and Sneaky might get the kill by default. Haters Wanna Be Me finally comes back and joins us. 90 caliber nets away, and will be safe for now. Bjergsen is really who I'm going to be looking at in the early game, just laying down some harass with the explosive shot. And level 2 is where the burst can be most significant. Ooh, bigfatlp with a nice knockup will at least keep Bjerg off of him with the auto attacks. However, he can't fall too low, or else the burst from AP Tristana will be immense. Haters Wanna Be Me finally disconnects, unfortunately. Hopefully he comes back, and Bjerg jumps in there. The ignite comes down from bigfatlp. He doesn't go for the knockup, though. Instead, just opts for a little bit of damage there from the ignite, then backing off. Ooh, comes in. Oh, the knockup lands on the Bjergsen. No ignite there for the finishing blow, and it looks like he should be able to just run back here. No! bigfatlp is able to jump in there. The Steel Tempest grabs enough damage, and he finishes off the kill. Sarath jumps in for the stun. He throws across the spear shot, and the wind wall is not there in time to block it up. So the return kill will at least make Sarath feel a little bit happier about that trade. However, I feel like Bjergsen can't be too pleased with getting killed under his turret. First thing, oh wow, I went away because I didn't figure that was going to happen. But let me just rewind. Too much, far too much. Let me rewind not so much so that we can see exactly what happens. Sarath comes in with the spear shot, a little bit of slow from the red buff. Docta tries to stealth away, but Sarath can just follow up. He hits him with the sun, and the flash auto attack is enough to finish him off. I was curious as to how exactly he got that, but just a little bit too far from Doctor. Didn't flash away. Wasn't expecting that amount of aggression from Sarath, and it definitely cost him. Transferring his double buffs over to this Pantheon is going to give him a much better time. Then he keeps the lane there for Bjerg to grab his farm back, try and catch up to bigfatlp, who has finished off his Avarice Blade and is going to try to use that to just get ahead in gold early on in the lane. Doom Trobo has to be careful. Tim Stereo could easily pop him into that passive, which he has to be careful about losing. Oh wow, a lot of damage taken, and this is the aggressive lane that Tim Stereo was looking for. He started out with the Doran's Ring to get a little bit more regen, some more ability power. Not something like a Crystalline Flask, which might be a pretty typical Kale build as well. But we can see that not having the extra mana regen. Oh, it's actually costing him. He flashes in, grabs the auto attacks. Doom Turbo gets some regen back. The minions almost pop his passive, but they change their focus onto the turret. Doom Turbo tries to jump in, throws down the Ignite, flashes in, and Tim Stereo might fall to the Ignite here. There he goes. Doom Turbo pops in the passive, but he will gladly reform without anyone there to stop him. And a good pickup there will leave the gold and the kills even. Bobkin XD falling in the bot lane to sneak in. Cloud to win, actually grabbing the last hit of there with the Ignite. Haters want to beat me, just trying to catch up after the disconnect. Having a rough time. He's a level behind, and he's about 2 waves of CS. So he has to really look to maybe get some jungler help from Serath, who's already so far ahead. He has the double bust. He has a kill, actually 2 under his belt, right? Because he returned the first one onto bigfatlp. Doctor comes in. There's the flash flay, but the flash and net back from Haters on a beam will keep himself safe. Descent is not going to connect, and so at least it won't set Caitlyn farther behind than he was before. In the mid lane, we might see a little bit of a absolute commencement onto bigfatlp. The damage and the Ignite is down. bigfatlp jumps back in. He gets the shield. He turns around for some auto attacks, but he definitely wasn't getting out of that one. Bjerg taking the last hit and grabbing a nice return kill for himself. Now hitting level 6 will have a solid amount of burst under his belt, and this might be a pretty bigfatlp who isn't level 6. He's going to miss this Cannon Wave 2, which will be soaked up by Docta. And so this might be where Bjergsen can shine. Serath moving up to tank the top lane. Doom Turbo doesn't have his passive, and that's the danger of losing it, is that you won't throw a ward in your river. And Serath will take you out for his 3rd kill of the game. 3-0-1 Pantheon getting huge at just 6 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. Sneaky taking a bit of damage from Bobkin and Haters Wanna Be Me, really showing the strength and the range of this Caitlyn Lulu lane. They definitely are susceptible to ganks into full-on engagements. However, if they can poke like this with their long-range auto attacks and spells, they can certainly get a nice advantage. Bjergsen going in once again, and the action is just happening all around the map. Directed camera not hoping to show us any of the action. Let's see him go in here. There is the man drop right on the bigfatlp. He doesn't continue running backwards though, and instead he allows himself to get jumped on by Bjerg, who finishes him off with the ultimate. I'm really surprised that he didn't just keep running back and outrun Serath, who didn't have his flash. Haters Wanna Be Me in the bottom lane, falling so low. Sneaky trying to get that last auto attack. He escapes barely. No. Cloud to win with the auto attack will actually leave his AD carry to die. The supports trading kills on the AD carries. And that won't be too bad of a trade here for Duke Nukem, who were struggling quite a bit in that bottom lane. There. There is my Isabel trying to escape in the background. She is she's over today because it's her birthday, and hopefully she'll make another cameo appearance during the game. I just am casting because it's my only New Year's resolution is to cast every single day of 2014. That includes today. Serath going to hand this blue buff over to Bjergsen. Docta looking not too healthy in the jungle, has to be careful. Serath as well, taking a bit more damage than he would like to. Might need to recall from that one, which is in a situation he loves to be in. Doom Turbo finally sustaining a bit more up against Tim Stereo, picking up a cloth armor, which won't help much against the magic damage at all, but the attack damage from Tim Stereo definitely can't be neglected at this point. He has 70 damage on attack, which will be mitigated just a bit with that extra bit of armor. And now that we are getting up to our level 6s, the Dragon is definitely a priority and a possibility for both these teams. Wukong will be so powerful in a fight if it does come down to it. Doom Turbo in the top lane taking massive damage. The Ignite is down, but Kale with a lot of hurt on himself as well. Doom Turbo tries to leap in there. He has the Ignite. He doesn't want to throw it down because Kale still has the intervention. Throws on himself, turns around with the auto attacks on the Doom Turbo, and he finishes him off. The intervention keeping him safe from that one, and a good pickup. But Docta is there from behind. He just has the auto attacks, and he will take out Tim Stereo, turn that around, and be rather happy for himself. Sneaky on some low health, forced out of lane, and this will really allow Haters Wanna Be Me to catch up in farm. A good position to be back in after the early disconnect. He'll be getting up to level 6 soon, and that's what they want to look for. Having that ace in the hole to finish off kills like that would be a huge benefit as well. The level 6 from Caitlyn might not necessarily be as meaningful as level 6 from Lucian, just because a culling can do more damage overall in a fight, and you can use it from a mobile position, which makes it a little bit more accessible in team fights. Right now in teamfights, Serath has mobility as jungler and the levels. Docta just hitting level 7. Will have a great AoE ultimate, but if he can't get to the fight before Serath gets in there and cleans up, then that could really cost Captain Planet. Oh, and let's see Tim Stereo actually going to try and catch out Docta. He runs right past him. Serath going to run right past him as well, and it looks like Docta should be able to escape out of this one alone. Big Fat LP falling to the Ignite from Bjergsen, taking him out without too much of a struggle. Bobkin XD falling in the bottom as well. Haters want to beat me, trying to escape, but Cloud9 doesn't quite have the damage for that one. Docta now moving in onto Serath. He has the Cyclone, but Serath with a load of damage. A spear shot bringing him to flash range, having to hop over that wall. He just want to beat me. Left alone in this bottom lane is going to be in a really rough spot. Cloud9 wants to dive this. He's actually going to chase him on. Flashes in for the play. Sneaky is there, but misses the piercing light. Death Sentence lands, and that will sentence Haters want to beat me's death. Right now, you know, it really looks like Sneaky and Cloud9 are haters, but I'm not sure they want to be him. Maybe they want to be him now. Safe back in base as the man drop comes in. Cloud9, not long for this world. Bobkin XD grabbing the last hit there. The spear shot comes in, the flash in. Sneaky has the barrier, but not for too long as they work through its health pretty instantly. Bjerg trying to fight with Big Fat LP. The auto attacks and the minions going to try and finish him off. Bjergsen, oh, the flash comes in and they trade the kills back and forth. A 4-2 Tristana, a 2-5 Yasuo in a pretty rough spot. Oh, Docta with the ward in the push, going to try and finish off Saray, but he doesn't have the second gap closer to come in after blowing his flash in the jungle like that. Tim Stereo continuing to push up aggressively on a Doom Trobo, doing a good job, but still 1 and 2. Tim Stereo, no, gets knocked into the turret range, throws the intervention on himself, and Doom Trobo easily able to take him out there, almost under the turret. That's his second kill, the third death for Kale, and a pretty rough spot for Tim Stereo to be in, since Zach will be a pretty formidable tank coming later on here in the game. There are a couple key flaws in this Captain Planet team, namely being that they're all attack damage based, which means that some early armor items can really help to counter them. Eventually, items like the Last Whisper will be really effective, and they'll definitely limit the ability of armor to mitigate the damage, but early on, before the armor penetration is really picked up, it's definitely going to hurt Captain Planet. If Duke Nukem can just grab some chain vests, maybe items like, oh, Bjergsen disconnecting, that's going to be rough here for Duke Nukem, but if they can just grab something like Sunfire Capes, maybe even Thorn Mails, that should be a solid spot for him. We can't actually see any armor coming in anywhere right now, but hopefully they notice that on the enemy team soon. Whereas we almost have a magic damage heavy Duke Nukem. Oh, Docta with a nice stealth in the Cyclone, not finishing off Haters Wanna Beat Me, but the culling comes across. Bobkin XD falls solo, the flay in, and Haters Wanna Beat Me will fall for the double kill to Sneaky, continuing in onto the turret, and they'll look to take this down in due time. The man drop going to be late here if it comes. I don't expect it to, because he doesn't want to come into 1 versus 3. That's right. He's just going to instead offer the blue buff, trying to take it away before the enemies come up near there and look to take it for themselves. A rough spot for Duke Nukem to try to defend in, as Bjergsen is just now reconnecting to the game, finally going to be stepping off of that base. And it really looks like Duke Nukem has had a rough time with the servers tonight. Tim Stereo continuing to trade with Doom Trobo in the top, does a good deal of damage, but the health is just so high on Doom Trobo right now. He has the Giant Spell. He also has the Spectre's Cowl for the regeneration. Oh, Tim Stereo stepping on that blob, going to take away that little bit of regeneration. And this is actually really close between two teams. 1,000 gold has come back in favor of Captain Planet, so that's kind of their only saving grace right now. Big Fat LP just going to pause for the cameras, staying pretty even here. The man drop coming in behind him, though. He tries to dodge away behind the minions, looking to run away from this one, landing a double knockup. Might actually be able to escape as of yet. Tim Stereo went down in the top, which means that those top laners should be able to come up and help him. Doom Trobo is rather low. Bjergsen throws in the Buster Shot, but it might just no. The Ignite and the Explosive Shot damage are enough to finish him off. A solid kill there from Bjergsen, who just spent the last few minutes disconnected, picking up his 5th kill there. Going for the Deathfire Grass first, which will really give him a strong combo. If you guys saw that recent video of Quas playing AP Tristana mid, he did such enormous damage. Oh, Serath 1v2ing this so far. The spear shot popping the passive there from Zach. He can just take out these ball blitz, and there's not much Docta can do about it. If Docta stays around, then Serath might be able to move onto him for the double. He jumps in for the stun onto the minion. Looking to continue on to Docta here. Let's see if Serath can catch him. If we look at the boots, they both have boots 1. And Docta throws the stealth. Cloud Nguyen is there from the side. And that will be enough to force Serath off. The goal absolutely even between these two teams. 12 kills to 13. 1 turret for each of them. And really could go either way here. Cloud Nguyen coming in aggressively with the flay, but there's no backup. He throws the lantern over the wall. bigfatlp now comes from behind. There's not a knock up there. Culling! And that will be enough to take him out. I wasn't suspecting the aggressive lantern play. Bjergsen forced to take up that wild growth and jump away. And right now, Captain Planet are making some ballsy plays. They're looking to reduce pollution down to 0. Oh, Tim Stereo maybe caught in a rough spot. He throws the intervention on himself, but it won't help him too much. And the 1 versus 4 after a few seconds. Bjergsen trying to throw down some harass from the side, but he has to be so careful about this. bigfatlp throws out the wind wall, gets the knockup, and the last breath Sneaky grabbing out the final hit. 6 kills for the AD carry. And our Captain Planet team looks pretty powerful. Haters Want to Be Me just struggling to catch up. Although he had some good pickups with the farm, he's just nowhere near in terms of kills. Oh, Grand Skyfall canceled immediately. He knows that Haters Want to Be can't back him up too hard now. Only a Vampiric Scepter on the Caitlyn, and so they will be forced back. Pantheon trying to clear out this wave, but Captain Planet really just systematically taking down turrets and champions all around the map now, moving for the first dragon of the game. Haters Want to Be Me sentenced to death, but he should be able to survive. Serath tries to man drop in. Docta barely escapes with his life, but that will mean the dragon for Captain Planet, unless, no, Haters Want to Be Me can't quite get in there. Flay not connecting, and so Caitlyn will be safe for now. However, that means just more gold for our heroes in the red, white, and blue. Mostly blue, though, since that's the side of the map that they're on. Tim Stereo really falling low at the top. He has the intervention, so an Ignite shouldn't be able to finish him off. But Zach's really turning this one around, and once he got later onto the game, once he built up sticky items, he was really able to do well. Coming in here, he gets the slow with the stretching strike. However, in the mid lane is where it's a bit more interesting. Huge damage on the Cloud to win, but he will be able to survive while bigfatlp is trying to come in here. The last breath goes down on the Haters Want to Be Me. He's still alive, though. bigfatlp trying to get the crits. He flashes around and is able to finish off Haters Want to Be Me. Now Bob can XD. The next target knocked up there. A double kill coming over to Docta. A single kill to bigfatlp, and that's 3 dead for Duke Nukem. A couple left defending in the mid, but they shouldn't be able to stick around too far. Tim Stereo falling solo to Sneaky. The intervention is finally there. Docta stealthed himself up, but an easy kill for Big Fat. Serath, however, picking up a couple easy ones behind the turret. Now looking to continue on. His flash is enough, so he shouldn't be able to continue on. The Grand Skyfall is available, but his enemies should be able to... Oh, it's available now, but they've gotten safely back closer to their base. 4,000 in the lead for Captain Planet. A nice pickup from Serath, but they really can't give up so many kills that easily. That was a 4 for 2 overall. And Duke Nukem really nuking some dukes is something that probably has no meaning. I don't think that meant anything. Oh, Serath with a good red buff steal and positioning in there. Going to jump onto Sneaky, doing massive damage. He's going to take him out before he can take the Thresh Express out of there. Now continuing on the Cloud Nguyen, trying to back off, but he runs the wrong way, man. Bob can XC from the side, might be able to defend him, but the double knock up there with the Wukong. And the Yasuo will be able to finish him off. My camera goes wild, as is the crowd for another pickup from Captain Planet. Now 5,000 gold in the lead, looking strong here, coming into 19th minute of the game. Some big items are starting to get finished here. Pantheon has picked up his Black Cleaver and a Last Whisper, going for some massive armor penetration. And it's really interesting. We're seeing a lot of armor picked up here on Captain Planet and a lot of armor penetration over on Duke Nukem, which is really kind of the opposite when you look at how these team comps should go. Tim Stereo moving in onto Docta. He flashes over and grabs the last hit. Doom Turbo not able to defend him. However, he might be able to keep him in range for Big Fat LP to come in from the side, knocks him back, and there is Big Fat LP with the crit. Sim Stereo throws the intervention, tries to turn around on the Big Fat LP, and he's not able to get it in time. Now Doom Turbo flashing over the wall, trying to continue on the Bobkin, who will juke back, get himself out of that slow range, and should be free running from here. Oh, he wants to come around and find Big Fat LP. We'll see if he can do so. He has to be careful. Big Fat LP has his last breath, and if there's a single knock-up, he'll be able to fall in. Now Bobkin XD is the one running for his life. He gets knocked up. There's the last breath in, and he will fall, getting a little greedy on that support. Lulu, haters want to beat me. Finally taking down this turret. Trying to run away from Sneaky now. I'm not sure he'll be able to. The culling comes across. The auto attacks will be enough to take him out. And Saraith not enough from the side. The flash, a little unnecessary from haters want to beat me since he was pretty much doomed to death. And that's a 7th kill for Cloud9's Sneaky. With his pushing in the top lane, Doom Turbo has really been able to farm up well here. The second most farm in the game. And he's moving in onto the inner turret. Now, there's not a lot Tim Stereo can do against him either. The regeneration from his passive is so strong, and he's taking up a lot due to that Sunfire cape. Oh, now trying to jump back in onto Tim Stereo. Docta comes in from behind. There is the Ignite, and they take him down before he even has a chance to throw the intervention on. Bobkin XD looks to whimsy him from behind. The polymorph keeping him down for just a bit. Big Fat LP removing Bjergsen from the game, who hasn't picked up a kill in quite a few lives. Serrate in the middle of the enemy team, sentenced to death. Docta grabbing up the last hit there, his 6th kill. And Bobkin and Haters Wanna Be Me, the bot lane who struggled so deeply before, are going to have to flash away from this one. Oh, the jump in. Haters Wanna Be Me falls so low. The wild growth is on and actually keeps him alive. He will escape. However, his inner turret won't be so lucky. Come on, unmount yourself from these bindings and run, my sweet turret. No! And it is finished off. A good chunk of change for Captain Planet, and they're looking to move this down. Oh, the surrender vote comes out. 21 minutes and 45 seconds. And it looks like Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0. Congratulations here to the team of Big Fat LP, C9 Sneaky, Docta, Cloud9, and Doom Trobo. And I hope to see you all again in a later game. Thank you all for coming out to this stream. And, Isabel, do you want to say goodbye to everyone? She didn't actually make much of an appearance during the games. At least if she did, I didn't know that she was sneaky. Llama face! Haha, here's my llama face. It's her birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to her. And she has been patiently waiting while I casted the game. So, from me and from her, we wish you a good night. Thanks for watching. We hope you'll have a
happy llama birthday.
Yeah, that.